Welcome to Archicodes. My name is Asim. I am the principal architect and founder of Archicodes. And today I have got something very informative to share. Today there was a site visit in which we had an contractor, air conditioning contractor. The client and myself had a meeting. And we were deciding where to put AC, how much ACs to put, what typology to select, and also yeah, I'll just brief about the project. It's a G+2, that's ground floor plus 2 floors. Ground floor is all parking with one small office. First floor, second floor, we've got um, sorry, 3 bedrooms, hall, kitchen, dining. That's first floor. Second floor, it's 4 BHK, or just 4 BH, and the entire thing is 4,000 square feet, the built-up area, or you could say the carpet area. Yeah, and the stage of the project is the tiling is going on. For false ceiling, just the channels have been left out, just the basic structure. But yeah, the main reason I'm recording this video is because of the value I think the architects put into the project, not only in terms of aesthetics, design decisions, um, and other nuances, but also the huge budget reduction without hampering the quality or aesthetics of the project. So this would be a great case study or an example of what happened, because architecture is something which is very subjective. You know the basics, you know the common sense stuff. You want to cool something, you ask the AC guy how much ton AC do you need, and the AC guy would say 1.5 ton, 2 ton, and you just put that. It's as simple as that. Why do we need an architect? But when it comes to a bit complex structure, I'll explain how I was able to add value to that. All right, so we've got a G+2 building. Let me make the vertical section kind of thing. I'm still new to this digital sketching. Excuse my bad sketches. Let's say this is the building, this is the ground, this is the first floor, and this is the second floor. We've got ACs over here and ACs over here. All right. Just a quick short note of how an AC is. We've got indoor units which look like this, which they have got this air flowing through this part, and they are attached to the wall. But on the outdoor side, we've got we call it outdoor unit, which has got a fan and stuff that cools the compressed air and gives in the nice cold air and feeds it into the indoor unit. This is connected through several pipes. The most expensive is copper pipe that carries this compressed gas. So remember this, we need to take this into consideration, because if you increase this distance, the cost will be ginormous, and it is around 230 rupees per running feet. And along with that, there is electric wires, and I think it is 60 to 70 rupees per running feet. Then there is an outlet from the indoor unit that carries the water that condenses and does not allow, if you don't put it, then the water will trickle down on your face while you're sleeping. So we've got this drainage thing that also need to be considered. All right, so keep in mind that this distance between outdoor unit and indoor unit causes a massive budget increase. Now, um, there is the elevation. Let's say this is the front part and the road is over here. We've got cars and stuff and trees. All right. So we don't need, we should not put in the outdoor units in front of the house, or otherwise it will disrupt the elevation design. So let's say an architect is not here right now. The conversation is only happening between the client and the AC guy, or and the AC contractor. The client or you people, you know that you don't want to disturb the elevation, so you express that concern to the AC guy and say that we don't want outdoor units on the elevation. So this is what happened, and the AC guy said that we will put all the units on top of this on the terrace. Um, and the client was convinced, yeah, that's perfect. I mean, it does not disrupt the elevation. The whole house is perfect, clean. Yeah, there will be some extra cost that will be because of this increase in distance, but it's worth it. That's fine. But the thing is, the cost is massive because even the pipes, this copper pipe that is running, it should not go from the front of the building. So it will run through the false ceiling to the back, and then it'll go up, right? It'll go like this, and then it'll go up, and then it will be fed into the outdoor unit. So this is a massive um, distance. This will be 30 feet, and this would be 13 plus 13, 26 feet, or probably even more, because of the nooks and crannies that comes into place. You know, when there are beam, you need to. It's not ideal to do the core cutting, but I think that's what will be done. But ideally, it should go below it and wrap around the beams and columns. So that will increase the running foot of the copper wire, the electrical wire, and so on. Um, so I said, wait, we will once go, we will just walk through the building and see if there are some other alternatives. So we traversed through the building, top to bottom, from outside and everywhere, and we came down to this final conclusion, which I proposed, that we put in 4 ACs outdoor unit. I mean, we were able to accommodate 4 outdoor units in the backside of the building, which was hidden from everything. It was hidden by adjacent buildings and the trees. So there were some trees here as well. That way, we will have at least 4 units that are not running to the top. These units are fine. They don't have much to go to reach the terrace, but the units on the first floor, they're pretty far off. So in total, there are 10 ACs, 5 above and 5 in first floor, out of which 4 AC units we reduced this distance. And I'll come to the exact number as to how much money was saved. Actually, let's just do it instantly. We have, let's say, 40 feet, and I have reduced 26 feet. Oh, sorry, this is not 40, this is 60, around 56. And I have reduced around 30 feet per AC, so that's 3 fours are 12, so that's 120 feet. And the amount is approximately 300 per feet, per running feet. So 230 for that, 60 for the wires. So that will be approximately 300 per running feet. So we'll just multiply it by 120. That becomes 36000. Perfect. So that much amount is saved just by this decision of positioning it where nothing else is impacted. No aesthetic difference, no maintenance difference. The drain pipe is also the same, so that does not count here. It will be same no matter what. But this is the stark difference of just changing the position, and this is a big amount in India at least. That's around $400. But yeah, so that was one thing. The other thing was, in the living room we have um, the entrance, and then we've got the windows. Actually, I shouldn't draw like this. Let's make a plan. The entrance is from here, and then there are uh, doors with a column in the middle, and then there is a nice balcony which is double heighted, beautiful building. And the front part is this this way. I just realized I'm going off screen. Actually, I can just adjust it. Just a second. Um, no, I shouldn't do this. All right, bear with me for just a second. I'll do this again. I'll make the balcony first, and then I'll make the living room. We've got the entrance. This got the balcony. There is a column, and then there is entrance. We've got a curtain over here. Now, we've got several options. We need two ACs of 2 ton each. 2 ton into 2 AC. That's the requirement. But if you put this typical AC, which looks like this, um, now again, okay, before I come, let's consider this conversation between the client, that is you, and the AC guy. AC guy says you can put an AC here, you can put another AC here, or you can put one AC here, one AC here. Your concern is as soon as you're entering, you don't want this big AC to just pop up in front of you. This is how it would look like um, when you see. This is the column, so this is the elevation. The AC would come over here and here, and then there are doors, nice big doors that give access to the double height balcony, and then there will be curtains over here. So the client did not like this AC to be in front of you because the beautiful interior designing would be affected. So the AC guy would simply say, you can put it here or here. That's also fine. But what's even more amazing is if you are looking for aesthetics, even this would not look good in that big living room. So you can put in one-way cassette AC. Let me quickly show you how it looks like. I'm opening the um, Google search in another screen. One-way cassette AC. Oops. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like this. It's completely concealed in the false ceiling. So it's beautiful. You see this? Completely concealed. All right, and it just throws air from one side. That also comes max at 2 ton, but the costing is expensive. This type of thing, not the one-way cassette, the typical normal inverter AC, which is a big box, it costs, let's say, 50K. Now, I'm not considering the piping and all. It's 45 to 50K, just this unit and the outdoor unit. Whereas one-way cassette AC is 100,000, which is 1 lakh rupees, which is double than this, right? So, so just for aesthetics, it doesn't make sense to spend $1,250 more or 1 lakh more because we need two of them per floor. So actually, it would be 2 lakh. 1, 2, 3. So this is for one way, which is concealed aesthetic, and this would be for the inverter AC. This one, the unit that comes out. We'll call it inverter. Okay. Now, now an architect comes into play. I understand that the client wants aesthetics. He does not like the big chunk in front of it. And the AC guy has proposed a one-way thing. I propose, why don't we put a four-way AC, the four-way AC in the middle of the room. The curtain, I'll take care of that. I'll bring the rod a little bit down and it'll cut in the middle. The air will flow just fine on all four directions. Okay. And how much does it cost? Now this is 3.8 ton. Perfect. How much does it cost? 140K. That is 1,40,000. So from 2 lakh or 200K, we went down to 140K. Um, oh, I'm so sorry. Right, it would be 400,000 for four one-way ACs, right? One-way AC is costing 100,000, and we need four of them, two on the first floor, two on the second floor. So that is 400,000. Let me clear that. So 400K for one way, and it was 270K for four way, and the original one would require 200K, the inverter, right? Because there are 50K each multiplied by 4, so that's 200K. So this is the most economical option, of course, that even the AC guy knew, but the concern of the client was to be for it to be aesthetical, and the client was okay with paying 400K for one way. That is also 4 ton total, like 2 ton each. So per room it will become 4 ton. But then comes the architect, which is me, and then I propose a solution for this, and it is costing you 270K and giving you the same result. It is concealing the AC. It is giving you the same amount of coolness, which is almost 4 ton. It is 3.8. And not only that, so I haven't saved 130K for the client. I've saved much more than that, because in one way and in an inverter, you need a total of 4 units, 4 pieces. So there are 4 outdoor units, which means the wiring is also 4 times. Whereas in case of the four-way, there is only 1 unit installed per floor, so only 2 units are there. So 2 times the wiring. So the wiring cost has also reduced by half. And let's say, and the wiring for inverter and sorry, the four-way and one-way is also more, but still, let's consider 300 per foot. And how many foot was there? It was 30 plus 30 plus 30, 90. Let's say 100. So we've got 30,000 per unit. So 30,000 per unit goes into wiring or the pipes. And I've reduced 2 of them, so 60K I've saved again. So the total amount of money that I've saved is 36K plus the 60K, that is 96, plus one, how much was that? So it was costing 400K and I proposed 270K. So 130K, that makes it almost 230K. Wow. That's like half the architect's fee, or in many cases, the full architect's fee. That's more than half the architect's fee in just one of these elements. Now, imagine there is tiling, there is paint, there is false ceiling, electrical layout, Furniture is a massive cost. Stuff. The entire thing. I mean, if there is a change in wall, that costs a lot. You created a wall and then you imagine it, and then you realize that it's not enough for the toilet. You change that. That costs a lot. So all those costs also add up. But in just one decision, in just one day, I was able to save this much amount of money for my client, um, while also troubleshooting and asking, counter questioning the AC contractors about smaller nuances of the decision that we were taking, where to leave the drain pipe, which where to keep the AC, and all of those things. So you get the consultation, you get drawings, you get 3D renders, walkthroughs, so many things, and over that um, you get to save a lot of money. So I think we do add a lot of value, and I'm really happy I was able to do this. So hopefully all these things were useful for you, and I think I'll just summarize the finer nuances that were covered in this talk. I was assuming this to be a YouTube short, but it took so much time because there's so many more things involved. Um, couldn't cover it in less than whatever time it took. It's 21 minutes. One, AC, how it works, the three different types of ACs I talked about. There are, of course, many more, but I can't do that right now. So there are three types of ACs: one way, four-way, inverter AC, and all of them require an outdoor unit. We don't want to put those outdoor units just in front of the elevation, to otherwise it will destroy it. But at the same time, we need to place it in such a manner that it is accessible by the maintenance guys. Um, so you need to take care of that. You can put everything on terrace, but the piping, the copper wires, copper pipes, they cost a lot. So the distance between the any inverter or indoor unit and outdoor unit is directly proportional to the cost involved in wiring, in piping. They need to keep in mind that. One more short tip about the drain pipe that comes out of the indoor unit is that do not connect it directly to the uh, solid waste, the black water pipes where all the toilet stuff goes in, because sometimes the air goes through it and then you can smell the bad stuff through the AC. So don't connect it directly to it. Leave it um, leave it spouting out of your wall tiles in the toilet, even if it is not looking good. Maybe hide it, do something else, but keep it accessible, because because many a times it does get blocked, and the AC maintenance guys have to throw in compressed air through it to clear it out. So they need the wire to be accessible. Otherwise, just for that small thing, they would need to destroy your wall. So that's another tip. And there's so many things to talk about, but I think it's going for far too long. And that's why I took this in a mobile format. I recorded this in a mobile format. Should be larger. And I think I'll do that also after this, but I'll keep this recording as it is. Awesome. So hope this was helpful. See you in the next one. Oops, I need to stop the recording. Yeah, see you in the next one.